advances and emerging research that we saw in 2023. So I'll start and talk a little bit about this National Academy's report, because the whole health approach to care has been used in the US military for several years. And the successes seen there formed a large part of the basis of this favorable report. So, Robert, I think I'll pass the first question to you and ask you to tell us a little bit about how whole healthcare can work in the military and beyond, and what are some connections that you see with the functional medicine model?
Right. Thanks, Kalia. Here at IFM, we have had some initiatives together with both the Department of Defense, the military, and the Veterans Administration, where they are using whole health, especially in the Veterans Administration, but more and more in the military. And I'll introduce the audience to the 5 elements of that NAS report and the whole health model as they see it. The first element is that it is people-centered. In other words, you take the patient's values, preference, context, and circumstances into account. This includes, of course, their social determinants of health. And this is very, very highly aligned with the functional medicine model, because that's what we do in the order and prioritize step. We take into account those values and goals of the patient and their circumstances so that we initiate interventions that will be feasible for them. The second element is that whole health is comprehensive and holistic. And of course, this is very aligned with the way we evaluate patients. The timeline is comprehensive in that it takes into account the entirety of the patient's life, as well as preconception and, of course, during in utero life as well. We do that when we gather. In the organized step, it's holistic in that we are mapping the entire systems around the body on our matrix. The third element of whole health care is that it's upstream focused and root cause focused. So again, functional medicine, we're right on that, with antecedents, triggers, and mediators being upstream focused. Root causes, that's modifiable lifestyle factors, mental, emotional, spiritual factors, and of course, all the dysfunctions and clinical imbalances that we recognize around the matrix. The fourth element of whole health is that it demands that the care be equitable for the patient and keeps the patients accountable. And the equitability, we certainly, again, manifest in that order and prioritize step, where we are taking the patient's circumstances and preferences into account, which I should also add, that is evidence-based medicine, taking patient preferences into account. And we keep the patient accountable with our tracking step. And also, as I may talk about more down the line, with our toolkit resource and assets, so many ways to keep